Okay, object on a path. You're going to want your layers panel, and I'll just pop that out. You just have to hit that little arrow and it'll float it. Okay, so your path always needs to be on the bottom of the object that you are using to put on that path. So I'm going to use these two words here. Create is on the top, Starcraft is next, and the circle is below those two, and that's what you want. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and select the word and the circle. I'm going to go to Effects, Object on Path. I'm going to auto preview, and then I can see where it's at. And the start offset, you can rotate it to have it start where you'd like it to start. The alignment, I'll come back to these. The alignment, you can do top, middle, or bottom. And for this one, I'm going to do bottom. And then you have an offset where you can move it either in or out. And I'm going to have it sit just above that circle. And I think I'm going to move it just a little more. Okay. And then repeat, I can have it repeat all the way around if I want. But I just want one. And then your spacing for those you can increase, okay? But like I said, I just want the one. And then you can crop inside or outside, which I haven't used yet. So follow the path orientation. I'll show you these with something different, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click OK for that. And then I'm going to select this word and this circle. And I'm going to go to Effects, Object on Path. And now I want this, I want to auto preview it first to see where it's at. And I want it on the bottom. Or, yeah, the bottom. But I want to reverse the path order. So I actually want it on the top. I thought so, but okay. So then I will just increase this until I get it to the bottom where I want it. And then I will increase or decrease the offset to bring it on the outside. And again, I can, play around with this stuff here. But I'm going to just go ahead and click OK. And then I can remove my circle and do whatever I want with that. Okay. Now, I was going to show you some of the other settings. So let me go ahead and get rid of these. And I'll actually shrink this down a little bit. It doesn't need to be so big. I'll grab a star here. Here we go. Alright. I am going to actually come over here to my fill and stroke, and I'm going to give this a stroke color, and I'm going to turn the color off. And I'll take my star, I'll change that to a red. Alright, so now my circle outline is below my red star, which is how I want it. So I will select, shift select circle, and go to Effects, Object on Path. And I'll click Auto Preview. Alright, and then I will bring this up to the top, like so. And then I will make some copies. And to make sure that they are evenly spaced, I can stretch to path length. Okay, so the next thing that I want to show you, I'm going to have to reposition my star. So, hold on a second. Okay, so basically all I did was change this to bottom so that my stars are sitting above the circle, because I wanted you to see that with follow path orientation selected, see how the star is rotating as it goes around the circle? If I uncheck that, they're all sitting like this around the circle. Okay? And I could have unchecked that earlier, but I don't know, that line in the middle bothered me, so I wanted to change it. All right, so anyway, that's what that does. And then reverse path order, warped path. You can weld these, and you can remove the path, remove the original object, and click OK. And then you have a welded circle of stars here. All right. I don't know that I explained that exactly correct, but all right. If I look at my layers panel and I zoom out here, I only have 2 objects. So again, here's my little ghost object right here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete him. We don't need him. All right. Now my circle is on top of my path, the rectangle I'm using as my path. So I'm going to select that, select the rectangle, and I'm going to come to Effects, Object on Path, and I'm going to increase, let me auto preview so I can see what's going on. I'm going to increase them a little bit, and then if I reverse path order, you can see they go down on the bottom. It didn't really show it in with the stars, so I thought I would show you that. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out a little rounded rectangle, and then I'm going to draw out a circle, and I'm going to change the color on the circle just so we can differentiate the two. Okay, and then I'm also going to zoom in on this because I want to go to my node editor, and what I want to do is delete this node and bring these two together in the center, and then maybe make these more rounded. Okay, good enough. All right, let me zoom back out here. And now I'm going to use object on a path, and because this is my object, this is my path, my object has to be on the top, okay? So then I can select, get my selection tool, select both of them, go to Effects, Object on Path, and check the auto preview. Now, I'm not really zoomed in far enough for you to see what's going on here. And I think I actually want this to be a little bit bigger. There we go. All right. Try that again. Effects, Object on Path. All right, let's check the auto preview. And let's go ahead and increase the count. And I will increase the spacing and stretch to the path length. If I crop the outside, it's going to take everything beyond the outer edge of this circle and delete it. If I crop inside, it's going to take everything inside the outer part of this circle and delete it. So let's try the outside first. So it took everything away from the outside. If I go back to none and then do inside, it'll take everything from the inside away. Okay. Okay, so for piers, when I first saw this, I immediately thought of cross stitching, because I do cross stitch, and that's what it reminded me of. So if I go to Pierce, I only have one option here, which is the spacing. So if I preview this, I know it's hard to see because I didn't zoom in. Let me zoom in. All right, and go back to Effects, Pierce. All right. So if I preview this, you can see there's little lines in there. If I reduce this down to about 20 and preview it, there's even more. If I increase this to about 90 and preview it, now you're beginning to see, let's try this. Nope, that was too much. About 89. That's not enough. 49. You can see it's putting little X's on the, now I'm down to 0, and that's not giving me what I wanted. Let me try this again. Effects, Pierce, and let me preview that. Let me go up. Now it was at 50. 85 is too much. 65. 35. There we go. We're getting there. Okay. So 15. How about 20? Okay. We'll just go with that. So as you can see, it just put X's all the way around my shape. And I guess you could use this for those paper punching projects. You would just, you know, punch a hole wherever there's an X. But to me, it reminded me of cross stitching. So let me go ahead and delete this, and I'll zoom out. And then I'm going to go to place an image, and it's humongous. So let me shrink it down a little bit. All right. Let's see, what size is this? Let's change this to 8 inches wide. Okay. And then we'll go to Effects, Puzzle Generator. Now, you're going to want your puzzle size the same as your image size. So let's go ahead and change this to 8 inches by 10.230. Okay. And a corner radius, I guess I could increase that just to show you what it does. Now columns and pieces are columns and rows are going to give you how many pieces. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go with 6 rows and 6 columns. That'll give me 36 pieces on my puzzle. And I did not mean to click OK. I am not with it today, y'all. Alright, puzzle generator. Let's try this again. I want this to be 8 inches. Sorry, 10.230. And the corner radius I was going to show at 50. I'm doing 6 and 6. And update the preview. And then I have 36 pieces. Okay. And I see here, this might be a little issue, this might be a little issue, but I'll show you how to fix that. Okay, you can increase your variance and see how that looks. Yeah, that looks a little better. I still have an issue over here, but I can fix that. I'll show you how to do that. Alright, so now I have this size the same as my image size. should be. I still have this one here. Alright. Let me move my image and try to grab one of these and move it. That's what I need. This one I can get rid of. Forgot it was there, to be honest. Okay. So now you can see the corners are rounded. Well, this is my image, but the puzzle, yeah, they're rounded. Alright, so let me go ahead and select both of these, and I am going to center them horizontally and vertically. Now, you want to come over to your style panel and select your image and make sure that it is set to a print and cut print, and then your puzzle pieces is set to print and cut. So you're going to go ahead and print this, and you're going to cut this after you have printed. I have such a hard time selecting thin lines. I don't know why, I just do. So anyway, make sure that those are set right, okay? And then that's it. You're good to go. Oh, I was going to show you, let's see. Let me move this out of the way. I was going to zoom in here and check these pieces to make sure that there's not any like closed gaps on these kinds of pieces. I thought I saw one over here, but it looks like these are okay. Because this piece actually meets this piece. It's not too closed off here. If it were, I would have to go to my shape tool and click on this to get my nodes, and then I can move them however I want, right? So that's how you would fix that. So that's the puzzle generator, guys. Pretty cool, right? Gotta be in my selection tool. There we go. Alright, so I think I'm going to end this video here and move on to the QR code and rhinestones next. So thanks for watching.